Welcome back to Seek Strength and welcome back to the Sika Stand News Show at 6 somewhere. Today's episode is brought to you by Sika Sleep. This is the last week you can get Sika Sleep not on subscription. So for the once-off orders, they'll be taken down off the website. Everyone on subscription, of course, will be taken care of until the next batch is in. And the next batch might have a little friend, might have a brother for the opposite side, a twin on the opposite side of Sika Sleep, but we will reveal all. Obviously, a lot of people know what it is already, but...
Does it bother you at all that we're not centred and that the stag and the plant is off to one side? Who fixed these chairs?
I don't even know why that's happening. I feel like you're in the wrong place. Today's new show begins with, of course, the great win from the weekend. Normally we start with weightlifting, but when there's exceptions, there's exceptions. And Ireland beating the best rugby team in the world, South Africa.
I think technically Ireland are the best rugby team in the world and South Africa are the world champions.
Yeah, yeah. It's like 1 and 2 really.
I think they've been ranked number 1 since like February.
Yeah, wasn't it? Yeah, it was since... No, was it the autumn series last year? Or was it this year they started doing it?
I don't know.
But
great win.
Great win.
Great win, but you wouldn't want to rest on your laurels.
It was the most stressful, an hour and 20 minutes I've had in a while, where it was just harrowing.
Yeah, great match.
It was, at any minute, it was so close.
Great match.
It's,
I know we've had a few people asking over the last few weeks where you can watch the World Cup. So for a lot of the games, they're being shown on like public TV in Ireland. If you can get a VPN and go on to RTE Player or Virgin Media Player, a lot of those games are up there. You can watch them in your own time, but you will need a VPN set for Ireland.
Don't use a free VPN as well, by the way, because they're notorious for... You've not been using a free VPN. You don't need... What you need one for? Always pay for VPNs, because they're a great way of people just infesting your computer. Yeah. So Ireland beat South Africa in the Rugby World Cup. Now on to weightlifting. One of my favourite Japanese weightlifters, Moshida. So he was a 106 at this competition. Now this is from nearly a year ago, but I don't remember us covering it at the time. And someone tagged us in it, and it's from We Lift Weights pages. And of course he is the correspondent for Asian weightlifting, or all things Asian weightlifting. And I just love Moshida's technique. Such a smooth lift. So very Japanese.
I was just about to say very stereotypically Japanese.
Yeah.
I feel like he's the flagship of Japanese weightlifting. What I do prefer about his technique is he doesn't have the duck stance, which would be the only thing that would make that more Japanese, in my opinion. And
he doesn't bring the hips under or scoop them under like we see a lot of Japanese lifters do, which they actively teach that by bringing the hips under because they feel like their backs aren't as strong. Just to be clear, we definitely don't agree with that, but it is something that they kind of favour.
You know how you get a big strong back? By pulling correctly.
Don't say steroids. Don't say steroids. That's why they love those heavy block snatches for reps where they just scoop their hips under. They love those hang snatches where their knees go really far forward. But Moshida puts up them weights. Lovely clean and jerk as well.
Lovely vertical extension.
Very vertical.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Great squatter also.
Do you know what his squat numbers are?
At least 355, 310.
It doesn't even matter after that.
No, it doesn't really. Next up, speaking of squats, we've got Lee Huan Hua failing at 270, about this time last year as a kind of overweight 89, so he's weighing 93 in this video. But his squats come up a lot with that gain in body weight, and this is a 270 from the training hall at this year's Worlds. And he's slightly... I think he was just slightly underweight as a 102 where he was 98 kilos. Still fucking shredded. And this
270 is insane.
That improved a lot.
Do you know what I don't understand about those Chinese training hall videos?
Yeah.
Is like cheap electronics are everywhere in China, yet a lot of those videos look like they're being taken with like the Clarence Kennedy camera from 2013.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they videoed their training a lot.
No.
The great podcast episode coming with Lee Huan Hua's doctor, Dr. Steph from Canada, who's over there for the last couple of years. Unbelievable episode in our new series. Very interesting. Talks a lot about Lee Huan Hua's gain in body weight and how they did a lot of that stuff, and Lee Huan Hua not wanting to take stairs, which is, as if you're a weightlifter and you're gaining a lot of body weight and you're used to being a shredded 89 and you go up to 100 odd kilos and you're still shredded, you're not going to want to take 7 flights of stairs.
10 kilos is no joke.
No joke.
It is no joke.
Especially when you have no aerobic capacity.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, speaking of 270s, here's my 270 from
Who's this guy?
270 from yesterday. So this is the gram angle. I'll upload good footage tomorrow. But I'm pretty happy with this.
Nah, look great. It's a great squat. I thought you were going to say, speaking of not wanting to take the stairs.
I love taking stairs.
No, they look great.
Yeah, this 270, better than the 260. So this is the first time I've squatted 270 since 2019, I think. Since we went to Qatar, I think, was in 2019. So that's the last time I think I've squatted. I don't think I've squatted it since then.
You surely have.
Surely I have, but I actually can't think there. I don't think I have. Maybe I have, but I don't think so.
You're a demon for the reps, like.
But I just haven't really bothered with the heavy squats in years, you know. Just I've been squatting, of course, but nothing with the vigor at the moment.
Nothing as egregious as this.
So
they're lovely looking squats.
This 270 was better than 260 was, and 260 was plus 10 kilos, and this is plus 10 kilos in the last max or last heavy single.
Plus 10 kilos of body weight.
Yeah, hey, I probably could have done the 280, but I done 4 training sessions in the 3 days prior, and 3 of those were jiu-jitsu. So my legs surprisingly were feeling the walkout more than the actual squat. And
that chest position is so much better than it was in like June.
So one of the things I have been working on, speaking of Li Huanhua's doctor and the Chinese national team physio doctor, whatever you call them, Dr. Steph, some of his upper body stuff I've been doing, he's actually helping with my elbow, but one of the things I was doing was some PNF stuff for my triceps, which really let my grip getting closer, and it makes such a big difference to the drive into the barbell.
Not having that kind of rounded forward.
Or even just that wider grip, you just don't get
Yeah.
as nice a position. I really like to see a straight wrist here, depending on your mobility and your limb lengths, but
Your thickness.
yeah, if we see this straight line here in the squat, it really does for the high bar squat, really makes a very good position, gives you a lot of drive up through the bar. Now, Peter Asanoyak is next with a beautiful 160. Beautiful. He's looking jacked, isn't he?
Oh my God.
Yeah, let's watch this again, actually. Just
Gee.
boom.
Oh, that is so nice.
That's what he'd call a textbook. He is, of course, a Belarusian weightlifter, but competing under the anonymous flag.
Did they call it the international flag? Or
I think it's the
something?
international
Yeah.
team.
Here, that's a bloody gorgeous snatch.
Yeah.
That overhead position looks Iranian, though.
How so?
Just look at the overextended the upper back is.
I think he's just got an exceptional amount of thoracic extension.
Yeah.
Phenomenal speed through that
That
kind of
is
second
a
pull.
glorious snatch.
So precise, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like a surgeon
Yeah.
with a barbell. A barbell surgeon, you might say. A doctor of snatching.
That was lovely.
Next up, we've got Dadashbayli, who you may remember is an Azerbaijani lifter, tested positive a couple of years ago in those sweeping, the inquisition of weightlifting, and has been kind of
The dark days.
making a comeback a little bit, and seems to be kind of hitting his stride now in the run up to the Olympics. And here's a very, very easy 215 in training from him. He's clean and jerked 242, 245 in training.
At what body weight?
1 something ish.
Jesus.
Below super, but not
Yeah,
not 94, 96. He's
Jeez, he's very long armed, isn't he?
I was just going to say was he's not really built for weightlifting.
No, but he's making it work.
If he was throwing a javelin,
Yeah.
hurdles,
Yeah.
something that's not weightlifting.
Give me something. Do you know who is built for their job, though?
Who?
His coach in the background.
Yeah.
That is a weightlifting coach if ever I've seen it.
Is that a stripy polo shirt
That's
I'm
a
seeing?
striped polo shirt leaning against the wall with one leg kicked behind the other. That is, that's no joke right there.
You know what they love in Azerbaijan? Judo.
No way.
Yeah, I was watching some of the highlights from the judo competition. It was on, I think it was the Azerbaijan Cup, and they had a lot of very handsome judokas competing.
Big, strong men.
Gotta give judo, it's super entertaining to watch.
No, judo's a great sport to watch.
So good. It's
Yeah.
and that's one of the things they worked on apparently was to make it more spectator friendly.
Okay.
But that was coming from the IOC. They were like, no stalling, you gotta be moving forward or attempting stuff or you get penalised very quickly.
Yes.
And that was all just fucking each other on the floor.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway.
Speaking of being penalised.
The weightlifting. We've got no gear lifter, and I think he refers to lifting equipment and not steroids.
Okay.
But he does a lot of stuff in...
I've seen him lifting before.
There's a very nice 140 push jerk or power jerk. Very
Oh,
nice.
very nice. The power clean itself was very nice as well.
Yeah, really nice.
Really smooth.
And he's wearing a polo shirt, your favourite thing ever.
Well, he's a professional. Is he a coach?
No, I think he's just a fucking bad mother bee.
Okay.
He,
This to me screams like assistant coach in the training hall. Everybody else has finished training is like, leave 140 on the bar.
I'd say 6-year-old Dara definitely had 3/4 link combats at some point, surely.
Yes.
Surely.
6-year-old, more like 26-year-old.
Yeah, so there's videos of him doing like block snatches with, I'm going to say 150 or attempting 150 block snatches, but I don't know if they're like flat ASIC shoes or if these are ASIC weightlifting shoes. I think they're flat ASICs. They are flat ASICs.
They are flat, yeah.
So gear obviously refers to no lifting equipment, but maybe he's making a statement on his natural status.
Who knows?
Yeah, here's a 151 block attempt, and just a spoiler for you who doesn't make it, but this is a good example of the Japanese position on high blocks.
Yeah.
Which is
not really reflective of the snatch. It's insanely impressive lifting though.
Oh, a 156 power clean and power jerk. Very impressive lifting. That's nice. Yeah, so they're just like flat ASIC shoes. I bet they're real comfy. Oh, that's a nice power jerk.
Do you know what shoes they could be? Do you know the shoes Una Thurman wears in Kill Bill?
Oh, yeah.
They're flat ASIC shoes.
Her murder shoes. 148 snatch, and then we'll move on.
Geez, these weights are nothing to be sneezed at.
Nothing to be sneezed at. Now, here's a weight that's not to be sneezed at. Here's an 89 kilo Chinese weightlifter with a 175 kilo hang snatch, and it's beautiful.
You sent me this over the weekend. Do you know who this weightlifter is?
Nobody knows.
Who is this?
It's just one of the other...
This is one of the 1,200 professionals who all have their own doctor that Dr. Steph was talking about.
What I was really jealous of is his overhead position on lockout.
Yeah.
But I'm working hard to get back to it.
That wrist position as well is just perfect.
The hang snatches seem to be something the Chinese weightlifters love mostly in recent years. This is such a nice hang snatch. I love that platform as well, that laminated platform.
Yeah. That's just lovely.
175.
Both. Everybody knows those color plates way more as well.
I'm not sure. They look like cheap training bumpered color plates, so they don't necessarily weigh more.
No, they do, Garf. Look at how shiny they are.
No, they're not comp colored plates. Then we'd know they definitely weigh more.
Yeah.
The bar looks like it's seen better days in humidity. I don't think anyone's cleaned that bar ever. Next up, we've got possibly... Oh, straight into it. The most intensive back spasm ever.
Why is this included?
Why not?
This just makes me... This makes places pucker.
As a man who's had back spasms, I suppose it is tough for you.
Yeah.
Actually, you had a back spasm this year that crippled you.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry if this is hurting you, Dara. But for everyone else, this is... What I kind of liked about this clip was... It's just a good example of how far people take it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I originally thought he was having a seizure or something, but it's just a really bad back spasm.
Is this World's Strongest Man or is this a different competition?
I'm not sure where this is at. It says official strongman on the shield carry.
What really bothers me here is how close to his toes that fell.
That could have fallen on his hand as well.
Yeah.
He kind of kept it up, in fairness to him, as he was falling.
Jesus Christ.
I don't think I've ever seen a back spasm that bad.
Oh my God. That's like erector spinae being torn off the bone with an avulsion fracture.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing where you're like, oh, have I done permanent damage or long-lasting damage?
Oh, Jesus.
He walked away at least.
I really hope he's alright.
I like that the person was like immediately trying to take his belt off.
Yes.
That's the best thing you could do from right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Imagine the DOMs you'd have the day after.
Yeah. Imagine the bruising you'd have.
Oh my God.
He's horsing into that carry.
Yeah, I don't know what weight the carry is, but we can be sure it's...
We can be sure it's heavy.
Yeah, I'd love to know if anyone knew what... If anyone knows what weight that carry was, let us know.
Oh my God. I hope he's alright.
Next up, we've got an unusual one. Ruben Morillim is, I think he's a velodrome cyclist.
Okay.
140 kilo clean.
Right.
140 kilo clean. You don't see them doing a lot of cleans. But, oof.
My God, that had some bar height on it.
He is yacked.
Yeah.
He is.
He
powerful.
is explosive.
Rom 2s as well.
Yeah.
Really really explosive powerlifting.
Geez, the height of that 140, he could definitely power clean 160.
I just inadvertently called weightlifting powerlifting, but as in like a literal sense.
Powerful lifting.
Powerful lifting.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has yakketed it.
Ruben, do you know where he's from?
Ruben. I don't know. Ruben. I want to say France. Is that French?
Oh. No, that's not French.
Seeming I don't speak French, I can't argue with you. I don't know.
Colombia.
Okay. Holy shit.
Oh my God, he's so jacked.
And their helmets are so fucking cool, aren't they?
Yeah, they're so cool. Do you ever see them in the wind tunnels?
No.
Where they're like, and they'll be putting little pieces of tape on the handlebars and stuff just to get those last bits of...
Oh, no, really?
Yeah,
to assist all of it. Oh. It's the absolute singlet is when you're peak.
Nah, that's sick.
Peak yakketed.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him just go ham on the bike. This is obviously some kind of... here it is. Power test. 2.433 watts.
It's like a Wingate test.
I think it is a Wingate test, yeah. Couldn't be more applicable for him.
No.
Yeah. It does look like Dave Chappelle, so it's just posted a GIF. Now, here we've got something from a javelin thrower, Johannes, who's a German thrower. I think he's basically the best javelin thrower in the world at the moment. And we've had some behind the neck jerks and stuff from him before, but here's a drill that I'm not so sure about, but it's basically plyometric skull crushers.
Yeah. Well, it's even more than skull crushers because his ass is coming so far off the bench.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is.
I get probably what they're going for.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure it's necessary. Not least of which being that it could really damage your athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Like if that coach
This just does look risky. I've no doubt this would be good for throwing things over your head.
Yeah.
But it looks risky.
Is there anything wrong with medicine ball slams?
No.
Or doing more javelin or javelin throws maybe?
Yeah.
Or
I really like the upper body plyometrics is notoriously hard to program for. I really like those med ball like floor presses, you know.
Yes.
Someone's standing above you, dropping them down. You get that kind of eccentric loading. Yeah, this just looks risky. Like,
do you know, the one benefit I will give them, or benefit of the doubt I'll give them, is that upper body plyometrics do take a bit of ingenuity to figure out ones that are useful, maybe, because there's not a whole lot that aren't some variation of the push-up. So you've got like medicine ball slams or throws, you've got the various weights of heights and of plyometrics or drop push-ups or something like that, and then maybe some ballistic bench press, which is
some of the rotational and anti-rotational stuff.
Yeah.
There's not a lot there.
No, there's not a lot of maybe super useful stuff. So kudos for ingenuity, I suppose, but probably wouldn't be recommending this to any of the throwers. Now, next we've got Jae Hun, who you definitely remember if you've been watching the news show for a while. Korean bodybuilder, 220 kilos for a set of 20, high bar, as low as his fat dump he can get.
Here, this just reminds me of Robert Forstman's squats. You know,
Yes.
where it's so thick here. Like that quad, hamstring, glute interface is just thick.
Mass leverage doping, like. Do you know, people as well would still be like, if someone else is squat deeper, they'd still be like, yeah, but he doesn't squat as deep. Even though he couldn't physically squat as
This
deep.
would be so much more impressive if it was 120 kilos and you squatted ass to grass.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't.
So he's using knee wraps.
Yeah.
So 220 for a set of 20.
Insanely impressive.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
Lovely squats as well. I love... Okay.
I can only imagine the pump he has in his quads after that.
What I love is smaller, heavy metal plates.
You like that?
Smaller diameter. So they look like they might be 15s, but they would feel really nice on the barbell. It feels different.
It does feel different.
And I think the feeling would be nice for reps.
You think so?
I think so. I think about this, having squatted 220 5 times a week for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It's something I've had time to think about.
Yes, yeah.
Like,
I don't usually like those tri-grip plates.
no, I wouldn't normally either if they were full-size diameters.
Yes, but they're not.
They don't appear to be, you know? So if I had little...
Maybe he's just massive, Gurf. He could be 6'4".
You don't see bodybuilders that tall.
No, you really don't.
In fact, you see them on the opposite end of the spectrum.
They tend to be ridiculously short.
Now here's a little humorous piece for the news show. There's the ghost. Don't hit the camera. The
Our
door's
ghost
opening.
is back again.
I hope they can hear that. It's full-on winter in Ireland already. So we've got the English rugby team. Boo! Who said that? With Keep Rugby Clean shirts on, which are really nice looking jerseys. I'll give them that. But yeah, one of the comments is, can't wait for South Africa to misspell this. Keep Rugby Clen.
Hey. And do you know what?
Yeah.
People can say that because they just had a player pop 2 weeks ago for Clen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say the English rugby team be no strangers. Or any rugby team, to be honest.
No strangers at all, I'd say.
As we've talked about plenty, international rugby is trying to get ahead of something. We've made a few videos recently. Two videos
Two
recently?
videos, yeah.
Yeah, there's something going on, or something happened, or someone said something somewhere.
It's so the comments are like, oh, did Wales and South Africa not get their t-shirts or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of disingenuous.
It
like
is.
The South Africans are just very overt with it. Like, it's very visually apparent.
But they play good rugby.
But everybody else is up to it as well. Like.
Yeah, like if you look at the Scottish team there yesterday, not very good at rugby, but they're very yak at it, you know?
No. They're not bad at rugby.
No, but like South Africa are good at rugby and they're yak.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. They just can't kick.
Rugby media gives each other a hard time.
Do you know what? I've no time for that.
I actually don't like it either.
I have no time for it.
Yeah.
There's not a single positive word said about rugby teams, rugby players by most rugby journalists. And they're all just spiteful little fuckers sitting in their office. Give it a break, lads, will you? Just give them a break. Just tell them they're doing a great job.
Yeah. But do you ever see ex-rugby players when they write columns?
Ronan O'Gara used to have one of the best columns ever.
But was he positive?
So good.
Yeah.
Positive, just very analytical. Like, but there's people out there who are just like little trolls, you know? And they're like, now I love it obviously when they're laying it to Eddie Jones or someone like that, you know?
He deserves it.
Yeah.
Next we've got Denise Herber, a German powerlifter. I think she lives in the States though, is squatting 250 kilos.
Jesus Christ.
Also safety squat at 197, but this 250 squat is something else. Very, very,
Jesus Christ. That's deep as well.
Yeah, and she's not heavy. Like, she can't be more than 75 or 80 kilos, I would think. The safety squat.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yep, very strong. We've seen a lot from her, and always her lifting is crazy.
Yeah.
Conventional deadlifting, like 270 or 280. Massively powerful stuff.
That is insanely impressive. This 250 is so strong.
Great positions as well.
Yeah. Wearing the tier lifters.
Yeah.
A lot of power lifters wearing them.
The black and red are nice.
Yeah, very, very nice.
Now, here we've got Ash. Now, Ash used to have a better, or Ashton used to have a better Instagram name. It was Ash Smash or something. It was a great name, to be honest.
Just cooler.
But I just really want to look at his squat. 380.5 kilos in competition, 110 kilo body weight.
In high top Jordans.
High top Jordans. Boof.
Oh, yeah.
Good squat.
Very good squat. How much? 388 kilos.
380.5.
My goodness.
Also, he said his back was really fucked. Was really sore by the looks of things. Mad.
I can only imagine.
He's got a really short torso, long legs and long arms, you know, and he's busting out 380.
No, he is not built for heavy squats.
No, he's
yet
not.
He is squatting heavy very, very well.
Yeah, like,
that is. I don't know how else to say that.
380 really hits the mark for that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are like obsessed with, they'll ask you what height you are, or what body weight you are.
Yeah,
they're obsessed with having this feeling that like, oh, I'm not as well built squatting as the person I'm watching on Instagram.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of really, 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 really strong people out there who aren't very built for squatting, and they just get after it anyway.
Yeah, but like, you've squatted 230 a couple of times.
Yeah.
Captain tight ankles, 11 million feet tall.
Tankles.
Like, people get after it, like.
Yeah.
Speaking of people getting after it, we've
yes.
got Blaine McConnell, another guest on the podcast series coming up, with a 285 low box squat.
That podcast with Blaine was so interesting.
Very, very interesting.
It's probably going to be a couple of weeks.
You'll
see the series kicking off anyway.
Yeah, you'll know when it's coming.
Yeah.
But this 285, I think at the moment he's kind of training for a American football combine test by himself, basically. So he's doing kind of like the 40-yard dash, 100 kilo bench press, verticals and stuff like that. I think at the moment he said in one of his stories he was running a 4.3 40 yard.
Okay.
4.3. And he's 98 kilos.
Here, look, if we're all being honest, Blaine McConnell has the physique and athleticism that everybody wants.
Yeah. This is...
Whether you're powerlifters, like, I only care about how strong I am and it doesn't matter about my physique. Whether you're a physique athlete saying, oh, it's only the physique and the power doesn't matter to me, everybody wants to be like him.
That's where a lot of people are moving as well. And I do respect it, where it's like really strong, pretty athletic, like has conditioning, can run fast, can lift reasonably heavy things, looks good, you know, which is what the horse program is going to help with. When you get that access to that. But Blaine is
it's so good.
Probably a bit beyond what a lot of people could hope for, but you can aspire to it. You can you can hope to get close to it. Thanks for watching today's news show. As always, would really like to thank people who tag us in the comments on Instagram or on TikTok or wherever, or send us videos or email us them or DM us videos of stuff you'd like to see in the news show that you think we would like to see, as we greatly appreciate it, as it makes the news show so much more interesting, makes our job a lot easier, and we do appreciate everyone. So just want to say thanks, as usual, every week. A huge thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mahagut. What's it in French?
Merci beaucoup.
Yeah, there we go.